Right.
I said, I can't have you bringing that kind of
Right. I just want to make sure she's not maybe, I don't know, hanging out
dude
in the freaking garage and you haven't checked there yet or anything.
This is 43-year-old Shannon McCarthy. Police don't know it yet, but she's showing them the exact location where her girlfriend was brutally murdered and hidden 10 feet away just days earlier.
Look at my garage.
Yeah.
I have nothing on.
Is it open? No, I'm not saying you do. I just.
I have nothing on. I'm the one paying the bill. Like, I have no clue what she's doing.
Do you think she's in any danger or anything like that, or do you think she's hurt?
I think she's out partying.
43-year-old Heather Shepard, a mother of 3, posted to Facebook several times a day. Then she went silent, and her daughter reported her missing, certain something was wrong.
And there's a big old tarp hanging over the clothesline in the back that was not there on Thursday.
As officers delved into this case, they uncovered a crime unlike anything they had anticipated, ultimately becoming one of Jacksonville's most gruesome murder investigations. And the worst part of everything that follows, all of it could have been prevented.
Yeah, you could definitely smell it.
Teddy, if something has happened to my daughter, someone's gonna pay.
But look, it's days and days and days. This is all her. Renegade her.
Okay.
Of death.
The majority of the footage you're about to witness has never been seen before. On the night of January 29th, 2023, officers with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office were called to a home on Colonial Avenue for what initially appeared to be a domestic violence incident. When they arrive minutes later, they're greeted by 43-year-old Heather Shepard, her daughter Michaela, and her ex, Jeffrey McCready. He's there for one reason: to help Heather gather her things and leave. What none of them knew yet was that this routine call would become the first warning sign of a relationship that would turn horribly wrong.
Oh. She's my keys. She's out there showing her ass. I just want my keys so I can go.
Okay, who is throwing whose keys and who's showing whose?
Shannon McCarthy.
Okay, is she just yelling?
She's throwing the washing
I'm the
machine
daughter.
out.
Okay.
That's my dad.
Okay.
That's my mom. That's her girlfriend going crazy in the back.
Okay, why is she going crazy?
Because they're splitting up.
She's got a buzz and evidently they wasn't. I don't know the whole situation. I got a phone call from her saying, call the police. She's freaking out on her.
And she was screaming. And then she has a black eye and a cut right here.
So we pulled her. She's got marks on her and shit.
I saw her push her. Can you go calm her down, please?
And she does have a concealed. She does have a gun, weapon, she concealed weapon. She does.
We don't know if it's on her. We don't think it is.
Okay.
But we just want you to know. Get out of my fucking house.
Hey, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you come talk to us?
Yeah, get out of my house.
Hey, can y'all just wait over here for us?
She's violent. I need her to leave. She's been like, okay, I'm gonna call the police. I'm like, call the police. Go ahead. I'm like, please leave.
Okay, who lives here?
I live here. This is my house.
Your house?
Yeah.
Does she live here with
She
you?
does not live here.
Okay, so she just
She
visiting?
moved in temporarily. Now she's trying to act like, oh, this is my house. I'm like,
So
well,
she
what do you?
has lived here before.
No, she's staying here.
Does she have stuff here?
She has stuff here. This is the stuff. Go ahead and leave. I'm like, please do that.
Okay, did you throw her keys?
I don't have her keys.
Where did her keys go? She said you threw
She
them.
took the keys.
She said you threw them.
She has the keys. She took my stuff and threw it out in the yard. I don't have her keys.
Whose is all this? This is all hers?
This is all her stuff. I'm like, here's her trailer, load it up, go.
Okay.
And I'm like, please go. I don't have her keys. I don't have her keys in her car. I don't have the keys.
So what was the issue? Was it just you moving stuff out? Is that what you guys gonna have an argument over that?
I'm like, please go. Like, please go away. I'm not trying to stop you.
Heather's girlfriend, 43-year-old Shannon McCarthy, clearly intoxicated, tells officers it was she who was attacked, claiming Heather punched her, pulled her hair, and gave herself the marks on her own face. But unlike the lacerations on Heather's body, there was nothing to suggest Shannon was touched.
Just go away, please. Why?
I'll explain everything in a second.
Why am I
Being detained right
Being
now?
detained right now.
Why am I in trouble? Wait a minute.
You have any weapons on you?
No, but why am I in trouble?
Okay. So she's got marks on her. So
Yeah,
we're gonna,
she attacked me.
I'm explaining it to you. We're going to conduct the investigation. You're not under arrest. You're detained right now, okay?
Why am I detained?
Because she's got marks on her.
So do I. Look at my face.
I'm
Look
gonna
at
take
my face.
I'm going
Look
to
at
get a
my face.
flashlight. I'm going to take a look at you, okay?
We're going to look at your face and we're going to conduct
right
an
now?
investigation, but for now.
Shannon is placed in the squad car, while officers turn to the family who, as they help Heather gather her things, begin describing what they had arrived minutes earlier to find.
It's in her name.
Trailer's in her name?
Okay. We were sitting in the car listening out because we didn't know the situation.
Yeah, we didn't want to just walk up.
And we heard a bunch of thuds.
So then we got
I
out.
went up there. I went up there by myself and walked in. And she had her backed against the wall, yelling at her. And then Mom was trying to get her stuff and she started pushing her.
She started pushing your mom?
Yes.
She seen that. I heard a thud, so I come running inside yelling, hey, 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 and then that's when
Hey, ma'am.
Heather come
What?
this way.
You're good. You can hang out over here. What's your name, ma'am? Heather?
Heather Shepherd.
I'm just gonna shine this real quick to see your face. So, is this all from today? Okay, what happened?
From what she told me, this has never happened before.
Let her tell us how we wasn't on there.
I was sleeping and she was getting mad and she was like, get up, you're a stupid whore. And she's like, you caused my sister to leave, you caused this, you caused that. I just wanted to get my stuff and leave.
Okay. So you said she started yelling at you. So what happened to where it got physical? What?
She was waking me up. And I was trying to get my stuff and she pushed me.
She pushed you? Okay, what happened after she pushed you?
And then she got on top of me and slammed my head against the wall.
Inside, in the bedroom?
All over.
All over? Okay, what happened with these marks on your face? It looks like you got a good bruise right here.
Me.
She punched you? Okay. Hey, ma'am, can you wait out here for us?
Yeah.
You can have a seat there, okay? Alright, just give me a minute. I gotta go talk to my partner.
Sometime in 2022, Heather had got into an accident that caused her brain damage, leaving her with memory loss. However, in December 2022, Shannon, whom Heather had known for about 35 years, proposed to her, and the two had started living together. But for some reason, their relationship had become violent within the first few months. For now, it's a battery charge for Shannon and a bad night for the couple, something these officers handle all the time. But Shannon is going back to that house, and in a few months, the woman standing in front of them will be dead. Heather eventually forgave Shannon and moved back into the home. However, exactly 5 months later, Heather suddenly disappeared. On July 3rd, 2023, her daughter Michaela had called 911 to report that not only had she not been answering her calls and messages, but she had suddenly stopped posting on Facebook, something she did at least 4 times a day. Soon after, Officer Fitzpatrick pulled over at Michaela's home, where he soon learned about the unusual activity the family had encountered at Shannon's house when they went searching for Heather.
Is there any new information or anything?
She's over there moving stuff now. We drove by. She's like...
Oh, she's there. She's okay?
No, not Heather. Her
Oh,
friends
Shannon?
are. Yeah, Shannon's there packing up and moving stuff.
Yeah.
So we don't know what she's doing with that.
Did the officers call you yesterday?
She called me. Called back and said something about. She said that it's normal for her to do this, but it's not. Because when she leaves there, she comes here or her boyfriend's, and she's not going there. She's not a vehicle, no license, no nothing. No
I got
cards,
you.
None of that stuff. We've researched a little bit. She hasn't used her bank card since the 27th. I haven't seen her personally since Thursday at 1:15.
Okay.
Since then, I mean, it's Monday now. She hasn't been in contact with her kids.
Because we did go over there. We spoke. We went over there and spoke to Shannon.
And the first day, I forgot to tell because everything was going on. Whenever I went over and got in the vehicles, Shannon was talking about she was going to put all her stuff in storage, put her place up for sale, and cut her losses and leave. So
Heather didn't make any statements about like I'm going here. I'm gonna, that any type of statement because we got to ask these type of things.
Yeah, that's
statements or anything like that. So it's just one of those things where I know it's frustrating. She is an adult, so I understand it's concerning, and it's something that because at first yesterday, right, from the information that we got, it's not going in like it's not like qualifying for like okay, we were putting her in the national database as a missing person, right? Because she's an adult and she's just maybe not answering her phone.
My mom came over on Wednesday. She was crying and she said Haley admitted to poisoning them.
Yeah, she showed us a stool sample that was just blood.
And she told us that she was
She
going
was
to call
wanting
us
us to take her to the hospital, and
then she never called
never
us.
got back
and then
ahold
he
of her,
saw
dude.
her the next morning.
That
She
around
seemed
1:30.
better, but on Friday we didn't hear from her. Like, we got the text that was supposedly from her, but we don't know.
And you're Heather's daughter, right?
Yeah.
And who are you to Heather?
I'm her ex. I used to
Ex-boyfriend?
He's my dad.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah,
but we stay. You know, we've had a business together, so we've been friends, and we kept things going.
Sure.
Yeah, but her
so we've
story
worked it
keeps
out.
changing.
So me and her's in contact every day. Every day.
Out
we
of her
talk.
house now.
Yeah.
On June 29th, Jeffrey had gone to the home on Colonial Avenue to pick up the truck to use for their business. Usually, Heather would come out to give him the keys before going over the day's plan. But when he arrived, Shannon was surprisingly the one who came out to give Jeffrey the keys, claiming Heather was sick in bed. And although the officer tried to put the family at ease, they revealed Shannon's stories had become inconsistent the next day, one of which the family had to follow up on.
And there's no way that Heather would go 4 or 5 days.
No, she's in contact with
without
her,
checking
constantly
on me.
too. That's what I mean.
Right.
Something's not
So
right.
something's wrong.
And
Okay.
I mean,
We had a friend that called Shannon earlier. She didn't answer, and then she turned her phone off.
yeah, because Shannon kept saying she was with her friend Kimmy. That Heather
So
kept
we had
mentioning
Kimmy
that
call
going
her.
on the boat. So we had Kimmy. We got a hold of Kimmy.
Shannon said that Heather might have been with Kimmy?
Yes.
When did you
She
said
said
that?
that Friday.
yes, on
Or,
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Okay.
Yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, yesterday. Okay.
Yeah, but
So you
she
called
said
Kimmy.
she was with Kimmy.
And-
I told her I've talked to Kimmy. She's not
And
with
she's
Kimmy.
not
I
with
checked
Kimmy,
already.
but she hasn't called us back to let
Yeah,
us know what
Kimmy
she's found
knows
out.
her. And
Because
Heather.
that's what I'm saying. There's only a couple people she would go to if she even went anywhere, and
Right.
she hasn't even been in
But
contact with
Shannon
nobody.
has a history of being violent with my mom.
Yeah, it's already
Haley
one
has a
time
history of
she's
being
already been
violent.
put in
They
jail
think that
for
she
it.
killed
They-
her mom.
Yeah, I mean, she can't be around animals because she'll kill them.
Right.
There's all kind
Apparently,
of crazy.
Haley got and she hasn't been back to the house since.
Yeah, and that
Shannon
was.
said she talked to the neighbors, but Lord knows what she told
Yeah,
the
she said she
neighbors.
went around telling the neighbors
Yeah.
that Heather was crazy. That don't worry about her, she's just crazy. But that's not the case. It's
Right. Okay.
Oh, and Joey, he
Has
called-
Heather been at work at all? Do you know of?
no.
I know that she
I'm
takes
her
her truck.
only way.
Right.
Yeah, this is
to
it.
the base, right?
and
But she hadn't been up there. You know, having,
Nothing at all, dude.
yeah.
He
Okay.
goes
And I stay in
the way.
contact with her because we got to get materials, constantly. So, and no word, no nothing. Out of there.
apparently her phone was put offline as soon as Joey called
Yeah,
Shannon.
Joey told her that he was fixing to call the cops and report it, and his phone went offline then. But,
Because Joey's a tech guy, so he knows how to do all
he's
that stuff.
on the computer with all it.
And there's a big old tarp hanging over the clothesline in the
Yeah,
back that
it
was
wasn't,
not there
it
on
wasn't
Thursday.
there Thursday at all, because I walked the backyard.
A tarp?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's got
What's
a
the
tarp
concern with
hanging
that?
out.
I don't know.
We
I'm
don't
just
know.
noting
It's just
it.
weird.
It wasn't there,
It's
now
hanging
it's
on the
there.
I got you.
clothesline now.
This single piece of information would later become a deeply unsettling detail that detectives wouldn't fully understand until it was far too late. But at the same time, officers were simply trying to locate Heather. And according to the family, there were only a few places she was likely to be. Here with them, with her friend Kimmy or Kimberly Rogers, at another ex, Joey Kelly's apartment where she lives, or back at the house she shared with Shannon. Before leaving, Officer Fitzpatrick reassures them that Heather may simply be shutting everyone out, something he had seen before, and logs the case as a voluntary missing adult, believing she would eventually return home on her own. But with the family insisting that something was seriously wrong, he was forced to perform a welfare check at Heather's last known location. But before continuing, if you've ever wished payday came sooner, this might actually help. There's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful features, and one of the main ones lets you access up to $750 of your paychecks early if you qualify. With Current, you get a full set of features like Paycheck Advance, fee-free overdraft, the Build Card, and more. Paycheck Advance is my favorite, but if you're focused on building credit or just want a smoother way to manage your money, it handles everything in one app. I actually liked the app myself, which is why I partnered with them. And right now, they're giving $75 to anyone who signs up using my link or scans the QR code on screen. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign-up page where you can create your account. Just go through the normal sign-up steps, enter your information, and order your Current card. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option pop up to enter my promo code, JUDGE, which unlocks the $75 bonus when you switch your direct deposit. So make sure you go through the full sign-up process so you don't miss it. If you ever feel like managing money is stressful or tight sometimes, it's definitely worth just checking out because that's literally what it's designed for, helping people like you stay more on top of their finances.
How you doing? Shannon, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think I was here yesterday. I was kind of just following up with if you've seen Heather or anything.
I actually haven't, but her ex, she got two of her ex-boyfriends come by her, and I'm like, I don't know where she went. She's got her, I don't know, she's got a vehicle. She has 2 vehicles that I know of, but one's in her other ex-boyfriend's name, and they're driving it around and stuff. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
All I know is like, her and my sister are gone, and I'm like, kind of like a little concerned. So I've been like trying to like put on my safety and change the locks. So I'm not really sure what's going on.
Okay.
So I'm like,
Because you did say Heather does leave here quite a lot, right?
This has happened like 3 times
Yeah.
a month for like since.
That she's been doing this.
Yeah.
But we don't know because they said.
I don't know.
Well, you don't know where she goes, right?
I have no clue where she goes.
Right.
She left for a week, and I'm like calling her. Hey, are you okay? What's going on?
But nothing new from her though.
No, nothing new.
Okay. Is her phone shut off by chance?
Yes, it is.
Her phone's shut off.
I got to pay the bill.
What about her
Is it-
Facebook?
I don't know.
You haven't.
I don't have the internet. I'm the one paying the bill. Like,
Right,
I'm
right.
like, I gotta go pay the bill at T-Mobile right now. So I've just been like trying to like make my house more secure. So I change the locks and stuff because my sister.
You don't want your sister coming back? Is that what?
I don't know what's going on. Man. Like she's like, these guys were in the house and this is going on. And I'm like, are you fabricating stories? And like my sister's gone and she's gone. And I'm like,
Okay.
she got a new phone in my sister's name for free.
I got you. And you said one of her ex-boyfriends. I forgot his name.
She has 2 ex-boyfriends.
Yeah, but he came by here
Joey and Jeff.
Yeah. Then I think one of them
They came in and looked. Yeah.
and looked in your house
I
and stuff like
opened up
that.
the house. I was like, look for. I had nothing to hide. Man. Like I'm like, I don't know where she is. She disappeared for a week last time.
Okay.
Like she just does this. She's mad. And she takes off and she does what she wants.
This time, Shannon tells a completely different story from the one she had told the family. She claimed that on June 29th, Heather and her sister Haley, with special needs, had gotten into a fight, resulting in both leaving the house at the same time. What the officer couldn't have known was that this version of events was being told less than 10 feet away from the screened front porch where Heather's body was still sitting.
If she's here and like let's say there's an altercation, she leaves here, which you say she does a lot. They say that that she usually goes to one of their houses, one of the ex-boyfriends.
Well, I've gone.
Does that make
I've
sense?
gone through. Yeah, I know. But I've gone through this with her before, and like she doesn't call me, and I'm like, hey, are you okay? Message her on Facebook. I'm calling her, are you okay? And then like all of a sudden a week later, it's like, oh yeah, or like 3 days later, oh my phone was in charge, and I'm like, man, I'm like,
Right.
you know, this is like you're like. All these signs are like you're a drug addict because like you just disappear every time I get paid and you're supposed to pay me and you disappear for like a week or 2 or 3 days, 4 days, and I'm like, I don't know where you go.
All right.
And then I got call her and the phone's off. I'm like, I'm the one paying the bill. I'm like, I have no clue what the fuck she's doing.
Do you think she's in any danger or anything like that, or do you think she's hurt?
I think she's out partying.
Okay,
with my
but you don't
sister.
think she was hurt? She wasn't hurt before she left or anything?
No, I think she's partying.
You looked, this is going to sound dumb, but I've seen it before.
What?
Have you looked like all through your house at these people, like your sister might even be hiding? Because I've seen that, especially with special needs too.
Well,
have you checked your garage?
I just started.
When was the last time you opened that garage?
Today. I just started changing the locks. Today. I have a new lock system. I just started.
Would you mind if I walked around just for the? I mean, I don't want to like just through.
I was kind of concerned because like she's like walking through.
Yeah.
She's like walking through the woods, like literally walking through this guy's house. His name's Sammy. My sister.
Right.
I said I can't have you bringing that.
Right. I just want to make sure she's not maybe I don't know hanging out in the freaking garage and you haven't checked there yet or anything.
Look at my garage. Like,
Yeah.
I have nothing on.
Is it open? No, I'm not saying you do. I just.
I'm like, I have nothing on. Like,
Right.
Like, they came and looked, and they came. Jeff and her daughter came and looked through that.
Right.
And I'm like, I had nothing on.
Right.
Despite Shannon leading the officer around the house, he was unable to locate any sign of Heather or Haley. But, as we'll later find out, Heather's remains have been hidden in plain sight the entire time. Later that night, a call from Heather's mother, Brenda McGehee, provides investigators with the first real indication that Heather's disappearance may be far more serious than anyone initially believed.
What's going on?
Okay. My son-in-law and my granddaughter were outside, and they had seen a hole in the car before.
Okay.
But there's an entry that they didn't see. It's a bullet hole.
Okay. And is that something they're just now noticing?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he noticed the one
But you guys have seen her Wednesday and Thursday, the same day, noticed the bullet hole, you know, and she wasn't shot or anything. I mean, I don't think that's...
Wait, hold on a minute.
I don't think he noticed it Thursday. I think he noticed it Friday when he picked it up.
He noticed it Friday, my granddaughter said, when he
Okay.
picked the truck up.
But we thought it was something that my mom did on accident. We didn't notice the entry point.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I tell you, if something has happened to my daughter, someone's going to pay.
This new information immediately sends him back to the residence, where a closer look at the truck parked outside reveals a troubling detail.
Hey guys, I told you I was coming. I've been busy all night, man.
We found.
Okay,
So here's some new stuff, and this is good you're calling so I can upday my report.
Okay, show me. Give me a
We
light.
noticed this,
Okay, see,
but
look.
we didn't think anything of
And
it.
I didn't even notice
You
this
know what?
side.
I
That's a
don't-
bullet hole, dude.
I never noticed that either, and I was...
In and out, and we were standing right here. But the other day when I picked the truck up, when she dropped me off Wednesday.
You noticed this Friday, right?
Yes, Friday. So it happened between Thursday, whenever I went and seen her. If this would have happened, she would have showed me, damn, look, somebody shot at the back of my truck. She didn't show me none of that stuff. All I do was give her a pack of cigarettes.
And we do
She showed me in the
pay attention to
backyard
the
where she
cars.
trimmed the limbs, and I left. Okay, I noticed this whenever I picked the truck up.
But you guys didn't think anything of it, because obviously, I mean, you didn't tell us, so I didn't know.
thought she might have hit it with something, you know what I mean?
So you didn't
So
think-
I didn't even think of
I
anything.
mean, we
I just
technically
moved
still don't
on
know
with it,
100% if this is a
Sure.
bullet hole, but I get the concern though, for sure.
I mean, the angle of it and this the way it looks, I mean, but I was out here earlier smoking a cigarette and I was like, well, what the hell is this? So I seen that side and I was like, man, that looks like a bullet hole to me. I don't know if that light's bothering you or not.
I'm just trying to see if I can,
Maybe into it. Yeah, that's what we didn't mess with it once we noticed it, so.
Not only did the hole appear to have been caused by a bullet, but for the first time that day, they began to wonder if Heather's disappearance was not as straightforward as they had been led to believe.
Right, you just picked up the truck and
She
left?
told me that she was in the bed sick, and then the next day she told me her sister and her left Thursday night together.
And that's why we were confused.
And that's why I was like, why the hell are you changing your stories like
Right.
this? You know, so.
Okay.
And she's never gave me the keys in anything with this vehicle without Heather being present. So, or
She's never
answering
done it.
Heather's
Mom
phone.
does it.
She called me on
And
Heather's
Heather's
phone.
never-
I mean, something's
Right.
not right with that. And her
Well, Heather's
sister's disappeared now,
phone's
too.
like off.
Yeah, I know. At the same time as she turned everything else off flagging.
And I think Shannon's phone might be off too, because I called that before.
Well,
too.
Shannon turned them off because they're in her name.
They're in her name, and I guess she doesn't want to pay for them or
But
whatever.
her sister disappeared all at the same time, and they supposedly got in a fight Thursday night. Heather and her sister did, is what Shannon told me when I picked the truck up Friday.
But Shannon suddenly has bruises too.
Yeah, and she said that she got into a fight with Heather evidently because the damn marks on her face and her chest or whatever. So they all must have got into it because she said she hit Haley. Okay, so and then Haley and her disappeared all of a sudden. And now where the hell's Haley at?
Okay.
I mean, to ask her some kind of question, something. I mean, I'm wanting to go over there and ask her, but I'm going to get aggravated. I know I am.
Before she disappeared, Heather revealed to Jeffrey that not only did she and Haley not get along, but that she suspected Haley of poisoning her. The claim raised concerns that Haley might somehow be connected to Heather's disappearance and that Shannon was covering for her. A suspicion that only grew when Jeffrey described arriving at the house and being refused entry through the front door.
And you said you went in the house too.
I
when
went
you
in the
back.
house Saturday. Sunday.
No, it was Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
Yeah, it was Saturday because I came here on
You
Sunday.
went over there. And,
yes.
It was
you
Saturday.
went over there, and I went through the house.
Yes.
She would not let me through the front for some reason. There was a rug on the damn front porch all balled up. She wouldn't let me go that way.
That rug is in the back. Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah.
No, that blue one in the back.
Oh, maybe yeah.
That one's been there for a while. I put
okay.
it up and was trying to clean it for him a long time ago.
Okay.
But so anyway, she wouldn't let me go through the front door. She come around. All of a sudden, she yelled for me. She was around back. So and I come around back, and she's like, "Hey, can you fix my lawnmower for me?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not worried about a damn lawnmower. I wanted to come in and see where's Heather at. I'm worried about Heather right now. I don't worry about your lawnmower."
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like, "Oh, okay then." You know, it's like she didn't want me in. So she let me in, and I looked around, and the house was destroyed. You could tell something was going on. And then, you know, Heather, nobody was there, of course. But
Right. I know you say like, hey, she never does this, and maybe she doesn't. But Shannon is saying that she's done this quite a few times.
That's because she leaves.
She
She
does
goes back
go
to
away.
the north side. She doesn't just go
Right.
wander around and leave nowhere. She goes back to the north side.
And even when she's
So
not
that's why I'm saying she
yeah.
doesn't disappear. She goes back home.
But sometimes she might leave there without telling you guys what I'm saying. Like she might leave Shannon's house without telling you guys.
I talk to her every day, dude.
Yeah.
A text, a phone call, something.
He talks to her way more than I do.
It would be later that officers would understand why Shannon refused anyone from entering the house through the front porch. The following day, officers were dispatched to Heather's house, where Jeffrey described, to look for clues that would point them to her. Unfortunately, the only thing they found was her vehicle, showing no signs of damage or foul play. They also found one of Heather's daughters, Samantha McGehee, and Joey Kelly waiting outside, both concerned because Heather had told them she was coming over but never arrived. By this point, Heather's continued absence was becoming increasingly difficult to explain. Days had passed without anyone hearing from her, and the family kept coming back to the same unsettling detail: Shannon's refusal to let anyone enter through the front door. Wanting answers, they authorized a search of the property. Then, on July 5th, nearly a week after Heather's disappearance, detectives assigned to the case arrived with a consent form to search the house and presented it to Shannon. What they soon discovered inside would shock even experienced investigators.
Nobody searched back here yet either?
I have no idea. I got here and just kind of held the front.
I'm going to take a peek inside this little shed real quick. There is a fence back here. She'd have to hop the fence. I don't smell anything back here.
No.
You'd smell it too.
Too clean.
Yeah.
I smell the body.
It's the body, dude. When I was at that brick house, the breeze started carrying over and it just hit me in the face.
When detectives arrived at the property, something immediately felt off. The front porch was covered in flies, and a strong odor hung in the air around the home. Shannon consented to the search, but, much like before, led them into the house through the back door, insisting officers had already checked the residence days earlier. But as the search continued, detectives noticed Shannon repeatedly steering attention away from the front porch. When they finally insisted on seeing it for themselves, they discovered why. Hidden beneath a pile of plastic sheets and household items was Heather's body. Heather was in an advanced state of decomposition, with green discoloration visible across her arms, legs, and abdomen, along with marbling in the veins, signs that she had been dead for some time. Due to the advanced state of decomposition, investigators were only able to identify Heather through the tattoos described by her family. The discovery immediately turned the case into a homicide investigation. Within minutes, detectives began to arrive, interviewing neighbors and uncovering multiple more disturbing details.
Is this about Heather Shepard?
We're not quite sure just yet. Who are you to them?
Heather is my best friend of 35 years.
Okay.
She's been missing for over a week, and her girlfriend has been acting crazy, not making any sense. And her daughter. Hey, that's her daughter there.
Whose daughter is that?
That's Heather's daughter. And I've been posting all over Facebook trying to find her. I live like a couple miles away off of Lane Hyde Grove. And I've been calling her on the phone. I can't get her on the phone. The girlfriend is ignoring my phone calls, and the only thing she keeps texting me, she owes me phone bills. I can't get her to talk to me. I went up there, knocked on the door. She won't open the door.
When's the last time that she responded to you?
Last night at 12:03.
Who responded to you last night?
Shannon McCarthy.
Shannon responded to you last night?
Yeah, I have not heard from Heather.
You said last night around midnight?
Yes, at 12:03. And her sister's supposedly missing too.
Sadly, they had no idea what had already happened to Heather. However, as officers picked apart the rest of the scene, Shannon was arrested and placed in the back of a patrol car, where she began exhibiting strange behavior.
Oh man, I should have left. Should have got the restraining order. I was trying to stay out of trouble, man. Every day. This makes me look like I'm insane. Haley and her, we're in cahoots. I wonder who else is involved in this program. My poor sister. Poor Heather. What the fuck did you guys
wonder if cornbread had anything to do with this. Todd. They knew where I lived. Trish knew where I lived. Everybody in the whole brother knew where I lived. Did the detective say it was human though? What is that, the news? Oh God, are you kidding me? That's not cool. Never come back to Jackson.
Shannon seemed to drift between denial, blame, and self-pity, each time speaking directly into the camera. But while detectives processed the scene, Haley was still nowhere to be found.
Saturday, I was going to a funeral at St. Matthew's, and I turned onto San Juan, and I saw Haley walking on the sidewalk.
Okay.
And she glanced over at me because she knew my car. But I had to be there in 5 minutes, so I didn't stop because I really have been thinking about her. So her cheeks were real red. She had on a white t-shirt, she had on blue jean shorts, she was carrying a bag, and she always wore like tennis shoes and socks. Apparently her sister is the person in the police car.
Okay.
I don't know her sister. I didn't know what kind of family she had, but all I know is I did see Haley alive on Saturday. It was like 5 minutes till 11.
With growing concerns that she could be involved, in danger, or on the run, a missing person alert was issued as investigators worked to locate her. Meanwhile, Shannon is taken to the station and settles in for what would prove to be a very unusual interrogation. Every question the detectives will ask follows a documented method, and that method works on everyone. Career criminals, first-time suspects, even innocent people certain they had nothing to hide. It would work on you. That's exactly why we wrote our new ebook, How Detectives Will Break You. Over 200 pages of real cases and the psychology behind the interrogation room, written so anyone can understand it. The open-ended question that makes you fill the silence. The friendly out that's really a trap. The empty room designed to make you crack. Once you know the method, you'll see every move in these rooms before it happens. It's $44.89, linked in the description and pinned comment. Now watch how fast Shannon makes this whole interrogation all about herself. Despite being just feet away when Heather's body was discovered, Shannon had never actually acknowledged what detectives were looking at. And every step detectives took towards finding the truth only led them farther away from their objective and deeper into a crime that could have been prevented. What follows next has been analyzed by a team of experts. Over the next several hours, detectives would uncover a pattern of deception unlike anything they expected.
Hello, ma'am.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you? Not that great.
I'm starving.
Say again?
I'm starving and I haven't eaten all day. Yesterday with well, I mean, not to death, but you know, I haven't eaten all day, so.
Okay. Well, I'll try to get you something to eat. How's that sound? Does that sound pretty good? So I don't want you to ever think that we're sitting up there, chewing the fat, ignoring.
No, I want you to find out because my sister has been missing, but she's special needs, and
yeah.
This has just been an ongoing chaos of like crazy town, and
yeah.
This has been going on and on. Me and this girl going back and forth. I've known her since 3rd grade. I didn't realize she was so crazy.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what... She's moved out and out of my house probably like 10 times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and we're fighting, and it's like, hey, I got in trouble, and I did my time, and I went to... And, it was like, hey, I gotta take anger management, and I gotta take the task evaluation. I was like, I surrendered my guns, and was like, yep. I understand. Just trying to comply, and we have a non-violent contact, which I went and had a lawyer have it notarized and said we both agree to this, that this is a non, But since I've changed my locks 3 times.
Yeah.
And I like my sister is a 32-year-old adult with special needs, but she's not as dumb as everyone thinks she is because she plays that, and then I've seen her do stuff where. Oh, you're pretty good with that kind of stuff. And I'm like, but she's been supposedly involved in these trafficking organized crime things, and like and Heather's been like, she used to work at the strip club up the road, which is not that far from my house. You could probably walk there if you wanted to. And I was working for her, and I didn't realize that she had such a drug problem. Like I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in that world.
Okay. All right.
Shannon quickly positions herself as someone who had already faced consequences for her actions, bringing up the domestic violence case, for which she was still out on bond. Rather than focusing on why she was there, she drifts into unrelated stories about Haley and Heather. An early sign she was more concerned with how detectives saw her than the reason for the interview. However, it didn't hide the fact that she had been the only person in the house when Heather's remains were found. And after going over her Miranda rights, detectives began by determining who else had access to the home.
Who all do you live in that house with?
Well, okay, it's my house, and I allowed my fiance, we were gonna get married, to stay with me, but my sister's the only one that lives there besides me and her.
Okay.
Heather's just been kind of staying, but she keeps coming and going, and every time it's like worse and worse, and then it's like, okay, better, and then her been like she's been following her around like a little puppy dog. She has a cleaning business, so they got cleaning business, and they got landscaping business, and they do house, they do like a little bit of everything. Like her and ex-boyfriends, they're all in cahoots. Like I didn't know she even had a boyfriend. And the ex-boyfriend, I knew that was the ex-boyfriend, but he comes and he's the one that worked for her, but they didn't know about each other.
Okay.
And I'm like, it sounds bad. Like,
what's his name?
His name's Jeff. That's the one that's coming by and banging on the door looking for her. The other guy, she's on 20 different kinds of medication. This is Heather. Mm-hmm. Not to mention, I didn't realize that her boyfriend and her were obviously functioning addicts. I didn't realize until I went over to their house and was like...
Lots of...
Yeah, I was kind of like threatened to call the police on them because they were cooking.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, whoa, this is not good. But her guy that was working for her, he'd come by every morning, he'd be banging on the window. I was like, man, you come by my house banging on the window like the police. So what's that about? Like, why's he come by every day? And she's like, oh, he needs this, it's like, I could never get a straight answer out of her. It was just like, okay, so this happened, what was the date? I was like interrogating her. And like, so anyways, the guy come by and he's getting the oxys every day. And that's the guy who called missing. And that's who's been looking for her.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, well, the other boyfriend's looking for her too. But he hasn't come by the house. He knows where I live. He's been to my house. Okay. And so the daughter and her boyfriend come over aggressively every time they come over. And I was like, listen, I feel like I'm being attacked every time you guys come over here. You start like barking at me. Where's she at? I was like, I don't know. She gets drunk. She takes some pills. I have no clue. And then she hauls ass. I said, as far as I know, they've been poisoning me.
By Shannon's own account, she had just confirmed that she, Heather, and her sister Haley were the only people living in the house, while insisting she, not Heather, had been the one who was poisoned. A claim that would take on new meaning once officers at the scene began speaking with the neighbors.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Officer Gutcher with JSO. Got something going on. Curious if you guys have noticed anything or heard anything.
Well, she had come over here, because I know you guys have been out here a few times. She came over here, I think it was like Father's Day, or maybe it was one Sunday.
Who's the she you're talking about?
Shannon.
Shannon? Shannon lived there?
Yes.
She came over there on Father's Day or came here?
She came over here. I was out here like pulling weeds, and she came out here. And she had said that the people behind us were traffickers, and they had come into her house and her sister, and she had talked about like several of these houses were owned by the Russian mafia. And
what about in the last couple days? You just notice anything weird over there, or this car, or anybody coming and going that's out of the usual?
No, there's always another female that lives there. Her name's Heather. She drives like a white Toyota. We haven't seen her in a few days.
I saw her get in this like white truck that is usually here all the time.
The Toyota?
And she got in that truck with a guy.
With a guy?
We have, she has a sister, Haley, with special needs, and we haven't seen her in a while. And we were actually, she had also said that she had told my wife that she thought that Haley was poisoning her, so she had her locked in the house.
Wait, so Heather said that she thought Haley was...
Shannon.
Taking the medicine, and this is the clearest. I've been sick. I've been literally puking the bowels like for months. So I stopped taking the medicine and was like, no, I'm not. I mean, they were like, oh, it's just stress and nerves, and I was like, no. Like she said, she's trying to make up this crazy that your sister's poisoning us.
It was almost as if she had convinced herself of the story long before she ever sat down with detectives. But her non-stop talking and constant jumps between unrelated topics left detectives wondering whether they were dealing with someone who was simply nervous or something else entirely.
So when's the last time you had any marijuana or anything? Was it like today, last night?
Last night. Okay. I took it to calm down because it helps me sleep, because I do it for pain instead of, I had a few drinks. So it was 4th of July.
Okay.
My friend was going to come get me, and I wasn't feeling that great, and the boyfriend and the daughter came over and started threatening me. It's like, we want mom's stuff, and I'm like, you can have it. Have you seen her? I go, I haven't seen her. If you've seen her, I've been calling her. Now the phones are shut off because nobody's paying me to pay the bills with. So I'm like going on to plan B because I'm in the union. I have a career. I'm not, but I'm trying to keep my hands clean so I can keep doing that. And
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever been diagnosed with any like mental health illnesses?
No, I got checked out. I have a concealed weapon permit. I've been.
Okay. Like you don't see green men on my shoulders, and you know what year it is, and know who the president is, and all that. Who are they?
The green men?
No, who's the president? Yeah.
Biden.
And you know what year is it?
Yeah. 2023 bars last time I checked.
Yeah, no, it still is.
I wonder sometimes, because I had head injuries.
Shannon laughs and jokes with the detectives as if a decomposing body hadn't just been found on her front porch. Whatever was driving her behavior, detectives had now established that Shannon understood exactly what was being asked of her and turned to the more important questions surrounding Heather's disappearance.
And I thought she came back to the house Saturday because she has another vehicle.
Okay.
It's a Dodge Journey, I think.
Okay.
I thought she came and got some stuff, but I was asleep. And I thought I heard her. I thought I heard her come in, but the rest of her stuff's still there.
Yeah.
My sister would have been asleep if she was there, but she had the keys. I hadn't changed the locks on the door yet.
Okay. So you last saw Haley on Thursday.
Yeah.
And you last saw Heather on Friday, but you thought she came back Saturday?
Yes, I thought I saw her in the Dodge Journey, which is the other vehicle. Because I took Jeff, he came by the house on Friday to come for them to go to work on the base. So then Heather said, I don't feel good, because I didn't realize she had got into it with Haley.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't know Haley was gone until Friday. And I was like, well, where'd she go? And she's like, well, she'll be back. And I'm like, okay. And everyone's like, where's Heather? So I don't know, and then they're both gone. And I'm like, well, they must be gone together because they're both gone.
Yeah.
And they have Haley's new track phone. And I got the bill, and I can't even call anybody because my phones don't work. So I imagine everybody's phone doesn't work.
Okay.
That's on the plan that they were on, or whatever that they put me on that I'm still holding the bag with.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just scared. I'm worried. I don't want to be involved in this crazy shit anymore. I'm just like, I just wanted it to stop.
In this version of events, Shannon alternates between last seeing Heather with Jeffrey on June 30th and Heather leaving the house with Haley on June 29th. She also claims her phone had gone dark during that period and that Heather had taken hers with her. The problem was that detectives had already recovered several cell phones from the home, including one that belonged to Heather. A forensic review later revealed that on June 27th, 2 days before Heather was last seen, someone had searched the phrase human femur, a discovery detectives found difficult to ignore.
So what's on your front porch?
I don't know.
Notice how the detective never tells Shannon exactly what was found on the porch. Instead, he leaves the question open, allowing her to explain what happened in her own words.
That's what Heather brought, and the kids brought back.
What do you mean, Heather and the kids?
Her ex-boyfriend came over. I don't sit on the front porch. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I don't sit out there. I don't smoke cigarettes. I'm inside.
Okay.
Usually listening to music or watching my Netflix or playing on my phone.
Okay. Have you noticed like an odor or anything?
Yeah, I did, and I thought it was a dead rat. There was a potted. Heather did this last time. She put we had stuff in the grocery store. Hamburger meat, cheese, butter. It was in the back of the truck. I smelled it for a week.
Mm.
I was like, what is that smell? Something's dead.
Yeah.
And that's the bucket that's sitting there. And I thought it was just coming from that because the wind changed and it was garbage day. Okay. Everyone's like doing the 4th of July.
Yeah.
I don't eat meat very often.
Without realizing it, Shannon had just walked detectives through the exact spot where Heather's body lay, to the people who'd already found it, while insisting she had no idea it was there. When detectives stepped onto the porch, they not only found the candle and cigarette ashtray Shannon now describes, but the windows had been sealed off, the thermostat inside the home was set to 75 degrees, a fan outside the screen door was blowing inward, and a second fan was pointed directly at Heather's body. Most disturbing of all were 2 large ice packs tucked inside a trash bag between her legs, clear signs that someone had been trying to slow decomposition and control the smell. Detectives also noticed Shannon's silver Subaru parked just outside the porch, positioned so close that it appeared ready to be loaded.
You drive the Subaru?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's your car. Alright.
Like I said, she got another car though, and I don't know if it's in her name or not.
Heather?
Mm-hmm.
What 2 cars does she have?
Well, they're not in her name, I don't think, but the truck, that Toyota, the one that her ex-boyfriend's driving around, the current boyfriend's truck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
the ex-boyfriend's driving the current boyfriend.
Jeff and Joey. Joey and Heather and her other kids live in another house over there off of 3rd. I showed the police a picture of it's like off of, it's not a great neighborhood. But they live over there all together in one house. And I thought, okay, so you were running from one problem to another. You came into my house the first time and was like, bam, and like never left. So I was like, what are you trying to do here? Like, move in? I was like, I've had the same problem happen with another girlfriend that tried to move in and take over and take my sister's check. And that's why I stopped the check. And I was like, she doesn't have any money, and now I'm out of money, which I have a pension and 401k and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I've been totally.
So what were the circumstances today that led to you being detained? I know there were some detectives that were at your house.
Because they came and looked. The cops came, so I thought I was being harassed. Because they're like, where'd she go? Where'd she go? Like, I don't know. Where did she go? Every time she disappears, you guys doesn't answer the bed. She'll be in bed for 2 days. So I'm like, she's probably on a bender somewhere because if she's doesn't answer her phone and she's missing work, calling her, Heather, wake up. Hey, gotta go to work. We gotta go to work. And she's like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. And she's like, I don't even know if she actually had some of this. So this is like half of it's fabricated. That she actually, I went to the base and worked with her, and I worked with her on this guy's house, and she accused my sister of stealing stuff.
Every answer Shannon gives circles back to the same place, herself. Her frustrations, her struggles, and how hard it was to put up with Heather's infidelity. A woman was found dead on her porch, and she's the one asking for sympathy. But detectives aren't buying it. And before long, they're getting tired of listening to her stories.
So today when the detectives were at your house, what happened to lead to you being detained by those detectives?
They found something on the front porch.
Okay. Do you know what it was?
I have no idea what it is. Like I said, she's been, all of our stuff's all mixed together.
Okay.
Mine and Heather's, they just keeps coming, and then she brings shit over and dumps it on the floor. It's just like I said. So I was trying to secure the front door because they cut into where the latch is,
On the door or the screen?
The screen.
Okay.
So I've been trying to like keep it that so they can't just like stick their hand in and open the door.
Okay.
Because I have tools out there too. I have like a I got a D-wall and stuff like out there on the porch, and she's come and brought stuff back. Yeah. I went out there today and was getting stuff off the porch and bringing it to the back so that they could come get the rest of her stuff, because they came over there yesterday. Where's her mom? I'm like, I don't know.
When you were doing that, taking stuff from the front porch to the back today, were you walking through the house, or were you just walking out the screen door, like out the porch and just kind of in your like little driveway area?
Both. I was in and out.
The more questions detectives asked, the more Shannon placed herself on that front porch without even realizing it. To the detectives, this raised a much bigger problem. How could Shannon have spent time on that porch and somehow not see the body or notice the overwhelming smell of decomposition? Up to this point, Shannon seemed to have an explanation for everything. However, the detective soon asks a question she wasn't prepared for.
Okay.
It's not very...
So in between Saturday and today, how many times do you think you've been on to the front porch?
Today and yesterday.
Today and yesterday?
Because they came by the house and they're like, give us their stuff. And I'm like, have it. Like, I don't want it. Have it. Like.
And you were on the front porch?
I went on the front porch a few times. Okay. But I don't smoke. I just got... It was like, here's all the power tools. Here's everything that's worth any value. Here's a laptop. Because they were very like, meh, meh. They do this every time they come.
So what if I told you that what was on the front porch today was Heather?
Are you kidding me?
No.
Is Haley in it?
I don't know where Haley is.
Haley's on the front porch too? Are you serious?
And I need to find Haley. I need to find Haley, so I don't know where Haley is.
I don't know where Haley is either. She left really... Oh my god, dude. I thought the guy was asking me if you had a dog, and I said, I was like, Heather has a dog. The neighbors have a dog, and she has a dog with the two ex-boyfriends. Because he was asking me about it, and I was like, they have, dog comes over sometimes. I think I don't have a fenced-in backyard. Because he was asking me about, oh my god, what the f***, man?
And so part of the problem...
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
You want to get some water?
I don't know, I just need to breathe. What the f***, man?
I'm sorry.
Oh, where's my... My sister.
I want to find your sister. Your sister is not there.
I know she's not there.
Despite the devastating news, Shannon put on an award-winning act, blaming her sister and scrambling for innocent explanations for what detectives found on the porch. What Shannon didn't realize was that detectives had already built a different timeline. Neighbors had already placed her cleaning the porch and reported hearing cries for help days earlier.
And then the Knowles truck, yeah. The lady said that he heard arguing a couple of nights ago with three gunshots. But then we have this neighbor here says he heard them arguing last night. Okay. This neighbor here has video of them arguing on the 28th. They heard gunshots, turned their camera on, and then that you can hear people arguing in the distance. Okay. But we've been out here.
That same day, on July 1st, surveillance footage also captured Shannon entering a nearby Dollar Tree store at 12:09 p.m. and checking out at 12:40 p.m. with cleaning and odor control supplies.
How are you going through the screen door when she's laid out right there? Because we could.
I stepped over it. I've stepped in it. Yeah, I've been stepping over it for fucking days, man.
But you never looked to see what it was?
No, I didn't look to see what it was. I wasn't done. I was still packing up all her stuff that they were like, we want this, we want that. And I said, okay, I've been packing up her stuff because she's got 2 households with it that she keeps bringing back to the house. Okay. She's moved in and out of my house like 10 times.
So do you have any idea who would have hurt Haley?
She told me, I had a picture, and it's either Alex's nephew or the actual preacher in the Baptist Russian church's son. And I got her to tell me, because I said, that guy looks like Alex's cousin, which is, Alex is the guy from the Ukraine that my sister met at church. So I thought they were happy-go-lucky kids going to church. And oh my God. I don't know.
Alright, so let's do this. Can I snag a piece of paper from you? Sure.
Oh my God. How long has she been there?
I can't give you an exact time frame, but
Because I went
a minute.
A minute?
It's more than a day.
Holy shit.
So here, borrow my pen. Well, first off, do you have any questions?
Just about the vehicle. Her Subaru.
Okay, go ahead.
Which one?
Do you normally park your Subaru in that position?
I did that because of the boyfriend in the truck and the daughter coming by, and then I didn't know who broke into the porch, so I parked my vehicle that way to keep them because I have no way of. That's why I was doing what I was doing to the front door because they came in.
Secure the front door.
Yeah, I'm trying to secure the front door because otherwise they just come in. She did this last time like 10 times. I don't know who cut into the screen. He comes with the truck. They're all this. Everyone's like, bah, 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 and I'm just like, go away. Here, take everything you need. I don't care what it costs.
Yeah.
More than 3 hours after arriving at the station, Shannon was still denying any involvement and insisting she didn't know what happened to Heather. Detectives eventually stepped out of the room, a common tactic that leaves a suspect alone with the weight of the evidence and their own thoughts. By the time they returned, Shannon was crying, and the detectives were done entertaining her excuses.
I want to talk to you about Heather. More specifically, I want to talk to you about Heather on your front porch today. Okay.
Did I not know she was there?
And that's kind of what I want to ask you. I mean, I wasn't going to throw in there, but
no, but
I
I'm
mean,
like, how do I didn't have no clue. I wouldn't be walking through.
Sure.
Like she had all her bags of shit, like normal in front of the door, and then was like, why didn't you go? And like, I've been taking her stuff and moving it to the back.
But
where her stuff is, so I wanted her family to come get her stuff because.
But listen to me for a second, okay? I understand about the whole meat thing. I get it, right? That's your house.
No, I meant like I was taking all her stuff that she brought that was blocking the front door.
I know.
Okay.
I'm a homeowner. Detective Mahan's a homeowner. You're a homeowner. Well, generally, people take pride in their homes, right?
Yeah.
If there's going to be some sort of, and you even said you can't yell at the neighbors and call them baby killers and cut down trees and stuff because you know I have to live in this neighborhood. This is my house. I pay for it. You know, but with all that, if there is a foul odor, I mean, it is normal human behavior to try to track down what that odor is.
I've been looking for it for days.
But if you're just stepping over it, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I've been looking for it for days. They came over. I thought it was coming from the garbage can. I just dumped out that garbage can that's sitting in the front yard. It's been there for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's where it was coming from.
Okay.
I wasn't sure where it was coming from. I got new neighbors. Everyone just had their cookout. Trash. You ever thrown chicken?
Yeah, I have. No, listen.
I haven't been outside till like today and yesterday when they came over.
Yeah. So
I mean, besides going out on the other night.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm asleep. I go out. I went out at night. I'm not smelling it. I saw the flies and I found the meat and I found the actual like maggots on the porch from the food that was in a container that was sitting right there where that was.
Not only had Shannon tried to steer officers away from the front porch, but when they pulled back the tarp and discovered Heather's body, her exact words were, "Oh my God, is that what I think it is? I feel sick." Yet throughout the interview, she continued to insist she had never seen the body.
The detectives who were out there earlier today did the impression that you didn't want them to go on the front porch. And then they said when you finally did go on the front porch, you kind of tossed something like over that pile.
It was all wet.
What was that?
It was all wet. It rained, and it was like, I sprayed it down. I've been spraying down the stuff for the bugs. I put 7 dust down. I've been trying to figure out what's coming from it. Spraying the Roundup. I've been trying to figure it out. I've been in my room. I've went out. I've come back. I looked for my sister. I've called my godmother. I've told her all this crazy is going on. I talked to my friend Mike, and he's like telling all these people from the outside sober looking in or stuff.
Hang on a second.
I'm sorry. I'm hungry again.
Right. So in my line of work, in our line of work, one of the most important things is honesty and getting accurate answers of things, right? I don't really look at myself as an investigator or anything like that. I'm a glorified secretary.
I should be one.
I'm a fact finder, right? My job is to come into a situation without really any background. And what I'm telling you right now, as a professional who does this for a living and supports my family, people who are not in this room, if they end up watching this interview, they are not going to believe what you're saying. But what I'm saying here now is, I think that something happened and you panicked and you didn't know what to do. Okay? And if that's it, I need to know now of what happened. Okay? We're still looking for Haley, but Heather has been on your porch for days.
Are you serious?
Days. Okay? Walking over it, stepping over it, I don't know, and this back and forth, like, people are not going to look at this and say, oh yeah, that's something that I would, I get it. It's, and one of the biggest issues is, we had an argument on this day, and then...
Well, we weren't arguing when we came. That's the thing, is we weren't arguing. It was just like she left.
Detectives start feeding Shannon the easiest possible out. They had told her what they discovered on her front porch, and began presenting her with a scenario suggesting that maybe an argument had escalated out of control, and things went too far in the heat of the moment. It was a deliberate interrogation tactic where she's given the opportunity to minimize what happened rather than continue denying everything outright. They even appeal to Shannon's self-image, portraying her as a caring person pushed to her limit by years of stress and conflict. It was a deliberate tactic, give her a version of events she could admit to without seeing herself as a monster. Before long, Shannon confesses that she and Heather had been fighting for days before her disappearance.
You say you find out these people are running you dry on money, all the phones are in your name, you owe the cell phone companies money. You know, people keep telling you they're going to give you money. They don't ever give you money. You're the one that pays for the house. Your name's on the house, but you said you can barely afford your mortgage payment.
Well, no, my mortgage payment is the problem. It's the fact that nobody's paying me, and I was like, everyone's trying to move into my house,
Sure.
And I'm like, okay, because you don't want to pay wherever you're coming from.
But I'm telling you what you've told me and what I have learned from you from listening to you. And it seems like there have been a lot of stresses in your life that were brought by Heather and her other foolishness that she has going on.
It wasn't necessarily that. It wasn't that way to start with. It was when all of a sudden she started blaming my sister and like saying that the Russians were like doing this and this and that. So I don't know.
Okay.
I think she fabricated
But a lot of this infighting that she brings to it, a lot of this internal fighting and turmoil is bringing a lot of these issues in your life, right?
Well, it's triggering me because of my mother.
And when it builds up and there's an argument, whether it be fighting, argument, whatever, I'm just using your words, there's an argument and then this happens, right? There's going to be an autopsy. We're doing an autopsy tomorrow. We are going to be able to narrow down her time of death pretty accurately.
She overdosed or something.
Right? We're going to have to look at everything, right? But at the end of the day, I don't think that if we went out right now and showed people this interview and kind of explained the backstory, and if we asked 100 random people on the street, I'm not sure that we could find 10 that would believe your circumstances at all, right?
Because she keeps like twisting the story.
But
and she's been feeding all this information to me that I don't know is true.
So, but I am sitting here telling you, let's take all of that aside. All of this other that she's been feeding you, right? She can't feed you anything if she's dead. She's been dead.
No, I meant this was before.
Before. She's been dead for days,
like
right?
How many days?
I don't know yet, but I'm telling you days, okay?
Following the recovery of Heather's remains, the medical examiner determined Heather Shepard had been shot multiple times. 2 rounds tore through her torso, destroying part of her lung and ripping through the tissue that holds the intestines in place. 3 bullets were ultimately recovered from her body and later traced to a .45 caliber handgun that was found in Shannon's music room. Detectives uncovered even more disturbing evidence showing that Heather had been killed inside the home. By that point, they had nearly everything they needed, except a confession from Shannon.
There's a dead woman on your porch.
No, she disappeared, and I said I didn't keep looking for her because she disappeared for a week at a time. I don't sit out on the porch.
She didn't disappear. She died in your home, and she stayed at your home.
She died on my front porch?
She died. I don't know exactly where.
Okay,
I'm not going to sit here and act like Nostradamus, like I know everything.
I know.
But I'm telling you, I do that. I support my family doing this. Okay.
I understand.
I take my job very seriously.
I understand.
I've been doing it a long time, and I'm talking to you. I'm telling you that there's things you're not telling me, which I think is not good for your best interest. In all honesty, right? Ash to Shannon, detectives out of it. Person to person, I'm telling you, whatever you're holding back, you need to let out.
Well, I don't know where my sister's been, and I don't.
And we are actively trying to find her.
I just don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. She has a key.
I
I don't know who has a key to my house. I don't know is the answer.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, we got into not a fight, we got into a disagreement with the way that she was trying to leave after drinking a whole bottle of that Jaeger, or not Jaeger, the Fireball, and taking her medicine, and she's trying to leave. That was the only thing we fought about. I was like, please don't do that. And then she came back.
You know, like, what am I supposed to say? Because at that point I sit down and I'll say, Shannon, like, we had a conversation that night. I approached you very calmly, respectfully, nicely. Like,
well, I've had a concept of time in days and years. When I was younger, I had a lot of head injuries. I got some accidents, and I was like just drinking, be medicated. Sometimes I lose track of the days. I don't leave. I'll sleep all day and night. Sometimes I'm like, oh, and it's like, oh, it's PM now, and this is not untrue. People know that about me.
Okay.
And Heather did the same thing, and I was like, wonder if she was poisoning me with the medicine that she was giving me.
You think Heather was poisoning you?
I think it's something.
What kind of medicine was she giving you?
She was giving me gabapentin and Prestique, but I went and got some.
Did you poison her back?
No.
Okay.
No, we're gonna get married.
Oh, someone's gonna poison me. I mean, I gotta take the line down.
She blamed my sister. She blamed my sister for all this.
Okay.
So I was like, but she came up with the name real quick. It starts with an M, and if you're taking like antipsychotic medicine, and you're taking this is like you can die. Like it's like making me sick because I was puking and shit for a month, and she's blaming my sister. And my sister told me the story. She wrote it down. I have her confession. My sister. It's on the table.
In the living room?
Yeah.
Okay.
She said she killed her babies, and she got a list of names of people.
Detectives did find handwritten notes on the living room coffee table and Shannon's bedroom dresser, but whether it had been written by Haley or Heather remained unclear. Shannon, however, had no doubts, and every new piece of evidence was quickly turned into another reason to blame her sister. But that explanation was about to fall apart. Less than a kilometer from Shannon's apartment, a JSO patrol officer had already located Haley walking along the side of the road.
Hey, how you doing, man? What's your name? Haley what?
Haley McCarthy.
They've been looking for you.
Who?
Somebody reported you missing. Are you all right?
I'm fine, but this is what they wanted.
Who? Can you come with me? Can you sit with me for a second?
What did I do?
Nothing. They just been looking for you. Can you just come over here? Who do you live with?
Well, right now I've been sleeping outside.
Okay, you don't stay with nobody?
Not anymore.
Who did you stay with?
Sis, but she kicked me out.
She kicked you out?
Yeah.
Why did she kick you out?
I don't know. It's what she wanted.
Huh?
It's what she wanted.
Despite requiring a level of care and supervision, Haley had been forced out of the home and left to fend for herself. She was transported to the homicide office, where a forensic interview later confirmed she was not at the residence when Heather was killed. With Haley effectively ruled out, detectives turned their attention back to Shannon, and they were about to make yet another disturbing discovery.
A bunch of neighbors and everything said there had been 3 very loud gunshots coming from your house.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And followed by the gunshots, there was a lot of, like, screaming. Not like, I'm in pain, screaming like, fuck you, like I'm in an argument type screaming.
Well, no. I mean, not that I'm aware of. Like, we were yelling at each other, but she was yelling at the neighbors.
Okay.
She's screaming and yelling at the neighbors.
Wednesday night?
She said that, yes.
So who's shooting?
Well, she said that my sister said the guys behind, the people that were pimping my sister out have guns. My sister described it. She said, well, this guy has guns. And then they said, well, my guns were missing and I had a police report they were stolen.
Her guns were, in fact, not stolen. Detectives found firearms scattered throughout the house, along with ammunition, knives, suspicious medications, and clothing stained with biological material that had been discarded in a trash can behind the home. More disturbing still was what investigators found when they examined the house itself. Bloodstains appeared on the walls, and when forensic chemicals were sprayed across the hallway floor, areas that looked clean suddenly lit up in the dark, revealing traces of blood someone had tried to wash away. By the end of the search, detectives had uncovered enough evidence to challenge nearly every part of Shannon's story, and they were about to confront her with one final piece of it.
Have you ever sent Heather any threatening text messages in the past?
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. That we're way past. That was months ago. That was in January.
What did you send her?
Just stupid shit, dumb shit. Now that I see that, it was just threatening, but we're not.
I understand.
I just know it sounds bad. That's why I'm
ugh. No,
I was yelling at her. I was drunk. I was mad. I felt and this was in January.
Okay.
So it's not.
What did you tell her though?
I don't know. It just you, your whole family.
Was there anything about wanting to kill her?
Probably, but it was just venting. I was just angry because I was but I would never.
Naturally, Shannon's admission catches the detective's attention because it confirms that the hostility between her and Heather had been building long before Heather disappeared. So, they pause the interview and look into it, confirming that it did, in fact, occur. On February 5th, 2023, just 1 week after Shannon was arrested and charged with battery, police were called to Heather's new location after reports of Shannon sending messages threatening to kill her. And as detectives review the body cam footage of that incident, it quickly becomes clear that this wasn't a feud that started days before Heather's death.
What's up? You called?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I got beat up. I don't know whatever day this is.
Just hold on to that.
From my
What's
ex.
the date? Give me
I can't see it.
Wait, you got beat up today?
No, on this date.
Okay, from the other arrest?
Yes. Well, she's threatening my family. She's going to put a bullet in their eyes and kill them all.
I got the text. That's why we didn't know if you wanted to see it.
Yeah, a minute.
I don't know what to do because now my family's scared to death to go home.
Do you have an injunction for protection against her?
Not yet. I have a no contact order from the courts.
You do?
They said no contact. They told her no contact with me.
Do you have any paperwork that states that you have that?
No.
So when did that other event happen?
I'm trying to look at my phone records.
Was it recent?
Yeah, this date. I don't know. I can't.
1/29?
Yeah, it's January 29th.
Oh, okay. It just happened a week ago.
Yeah,
Yes,
so now she's threatening my whole family, my mom's girlfriend.
We stay right down the road from her.
And we are all...
Is this your house?
No, I just stay
Why are we here?
Because this is where I got kicked out from there, and I stand here now.
You got kicked out from where? From your
Where
girlfriend's?
I got beat up. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So when are you going to go get that injunction?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, and I got to speak with the state's attorney.
Wow, they didn't keep her in jail for very long. Did they arrest her?
They arrested her and they took her bond away and everything.
She's got firearms and stuff is one of the main concerns. Other than that, she's a small person, but I mean, it's just...
Yeah, I've seen her picture. I've seen her picture.
And she's texted a bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this would be the last time Heather was seen alive on camera. As Jeffrey and Michaela spoke over one another trying to explain what had been happening, the officer pulled Heather aside to review the messages, and contrary to Shannon's claim, they weren't just angry words.
But look, it's days and days and days. This is all her. Renegator.
Okay.
Of death.
Me, I'm going to have to, for her, I'm going to have to put out a warrant for her arrest or give her a state attorney's card based off that because I can't go over there.
Yes.
Even though, I mean, I can drive over there, but they're not going to let me because we're so short-manned up here. But that guy, he might be able to go arrest her.
Yeah, because she just texted again.
Yeah, she just did it again. 2 more texts. I didn't even read them.
Yeah.
They're just a bunch of crazy.
It's crazy.
You piece of family are going to be annihilated. You can call the police if you want to until they have proof of me killing you. Then you guys ain't got so eat a you
or
I hope you die. I really hope you die a slow death in your prison. Your daughter is on the top of the list getting a bullet to her head. I don't give a you already ruined my life. What the else do I have to live for? No, I really wish you never have contacted me again. I wish you'd die. You died.
The family was advised to pursue a no-contact order, preventing Shannon from contacting or approaching Heather. But before the officer left the scene, Heather showed him the severe injuries she had suffered during the previous altercation with Shannon.
All right, so I got this.
Look, it's finally healing. This was purple.
Yeah, no, yeah, she beat you severely. She beat you.
Look, this is healing.
Yeah, I see it.
And
all.
she bit me here. There's
God.
Teeth prints.
Oh, I can't believe that.
I
mean, I believe you. I'm just saying somebody would do that to somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Clearly, there is sympathy in the officer's voice as he realizes the woman in front of him has endured a deeply turbulent relationship. And although Shannon downplayed the incident, in hindsight, it would read very differently. Because perhaps this was the last and only time something could have been done to prevent the tragic fate of Heather Shepard. After analyzing the incident and forming a clearer picture of the situation, detectives returned to finish their interview with Shannon and seal her fate.
That hunts, and that's where a lot of those guns came from. I think I killed Bambi once, and it made me not want to eat meat anymore.
Yeah, that could be why your stomach is upset.
Why?
Because of Heather's dead on your front porch.
That's not why my stomach's been messed up for months.
I'm not trying to make brevity of the situation.
No,
but
it's not.
Listen, Shannon, look, put yourself in my position. Let's trade spots.
Okay.
Are the person in your chair right now? They in a good spot? Does this look great on them?
No, it's not great.
No.
Why do you think I'm just freaking out?
And you have every right to be freaking out. But let's also sit back and acknowledge 5 months ago, there's text messages talking about, I want to kill you, and now she's dead on your front porch!
I know it doesn't look good, but we were so happy we were going to get married, man.
We're going to get married, and then you find out that she's got 2 boyfriends
no,
on
I
the
already
side.
knew that. No, I already knew that. I knew this months ago. Ask them.
You ever see Pinocchio?
Yes, ask them.
I think you need to let your conscience be your guide here, because I think that every time I bring it up, your whole body language changes, and I think there's something that's
I feel like you're accusing me of something that is.
What do you think I'm accusing you of?
I don't know.
You don't know what
I think you're accusing me of murder is what I think.
It looks a whole hell of a lot like you committed a murder. It looks a lot like that. I'm not saying it definitively, but what I'm telling you...
That's why I'm freaking out, because it looks like...
Everything
because of what happened when we were fighting back then, and I did send those texts.
Detectives had given Shannon every opportunity to explain herself. Instead, she blamed Haley, Heather, and even, supposedly, some Russians, all while pretending she knew nothing about the horrifying discoveries inside the house. At that point, investigators shifted tactics. The tone of the interrogation became far more direct.
Am I accusing you of murder? Not quite, but I'm telling you it looks a lot like you committed a murder. And if there is anything outside of that, I need to know now.
I don't think so.
That's not no.
I'm like, I don't know what else.
I've been in a lot of interviews, and I'm here to tell you, if I say to someone, hey, Detective Mahan, right, it looked like you killed somebody, and if something else happened, I need to know right now. He's like, bro, you don't need to know, because I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything.
There's well, I don't think you need to know anything. Like, it's yes, no, and it's unequivocal. There's
yes, I threatened her like months ago and family, and we've all been together since then, worked and hung out, and I was like, I'm sorry, you know. I literally had him. Nothing changed. My sister and her relationship changed because he's accusing her of being a prostitute and having a brothel, and I got all these people, and we're just like running around, and I'm like, you can't just go around doing this. I've been checking off the list, working on my detective work about the Russians and the different houses that we went to, in the church, and everyone's running the other way.
Okay.
And I'm like, Heather, that guy didn't want to talk to you. The maintenance guy at the church that my sister had his number and the phone, and I was like, my sister had a tracker on her phone and disappeared before. We went and checked.
Who killed Heather?
Whoever she pissed off, like besides me, like whoever she blew the whistle on.
Whoever she pissed off that wasn't me.
No, not me. No, I mean like not me. No. That's not what I mean. The guys that she's been screaming and yelling at would be a good guys to start looking at. The guys that she's been sitting on the chair out there screaming and yelling to my backyard at these people.
Okay.
That's who I would look at.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I don't know. My sister's gone, and I'm the one holding the bag.
Mm-hmm.
So I see how it looks, and that's what I said. This looks bad. That's why I'm freaking out.
Okay. Do you have anything?
Is there anything else I can do? How can I give you all the information that I have on all the names that I have and addresses that I have?
Where is it at in your phone?
5 hours since Shannon walked into the interrogation room, and she hasn't confessed. She didn't have to because she already put herself on that porch, piece by piece, without ever realizing it. Even under intense pressure and hours of questioning, she continued to deny any involvement and insisted she had no idea what happened to Heather Shepard. And she is prepared to stick with that story to the very end.
I'm not strong enough. I have no idea. I'm not strong enough to fill her up. She's fucked all the
So
way.
did you ask somebody to move her there?
No.
Okay, yeah, there's a bag with big ice packs and in between her legs. Like, who put that there?
I don't know.
No idea?
Maybe my sister did. I don't know. Like, I just changed the locks on the door.
You said you've been trying to clean up the front porch, right? Were you out there with the vacuum cleaner trying to clean up? Like a little, like, wet, dry vac thing?
I was cleaning up the she spilled all over the porch. I didn't know she had this bottle of, what do you call it? The Fireball, and then she spilled Coke and stuff, and I've been cleaning up that porch every time she comes and goes away.
Okay.
Are they my sheets? I mean, a lot of that stuff's not mine.
How long has that pile of shit been on the front porch?
For a while.
Okay. What, a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days? Since Friday?
No, not since Friday. Like, the shit, all that other stuff that was piled up was her stuff.
The big mound of stuff where she was. Right in front of the screen door.
I started making that pile on, when did they come over? Monday. Jeff came by yesterday. I want to say Monday.
So the last time you physically saw Heather was Friday.
I thought I saw Heather, but she said, I thought I heard her say, I'll be back.
That was Saturday, you told me.
I thought it was Saturday.
Okay. But, that's right, so Friday, Saturday, whatever. But from Saturday, we'll be generous and say Saturday to that time, there was no unsupervised anybody else, to the best of your knowledge, in your home until Monday when you started making the pile. And prior to Monday, you could walk unimpeded from your front door to the screen door, correct?
Yes.
And even if Shannon had never said a word, even if she'd sat in silence for all 5 hours, it wouldn't have changed anything. The handgun in her music room, the DNA on it, the blood she tried to scrub out of the hallway, the physical evidence alone was enough to move the case forward. Eventually, Shannon was placed under arrest and would later be booked into jail. But as she was being escorted out of the station, the detective decided to give her one final chance to tell the truth.
Threatening to kill somebody is a crime. Killing somebody, also a crime.
What's the difference between the two?
Killing somebody.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, state law, federal, like...
They're not, I can only arrest someone for state laws. I can't arrest anyone. Sending text messages saying that, then it is what it is. But if it is something where it's natural causes or an overdose or something like that, that's something that should have been said about 14 times when we were in there for hours.
Well, I just don't know because, like I said, I don't know her drug activity. That's like, I'm asking.
Did you know that she was dead?
No, I didn't know she was dead.
Okay, well.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not what I was like. No, of course I didn't know she was dead. Don't you think if I knew she was dead, that wouldn't be calling and going, hey, have you seen Heather? And everyone's come by, have you seen Heather? And I'm like, no.
Well, I would hope so.
No, of course.
Just saying, that's interesting questions at the end.
When detectives collected Shannon's DNA swab and compared it to the evidence, it was later determined that the DNA recovered from the handgun overwhelmingly pointed to her. Later that day, Shannon appeared before a judge who discovered she'd been out on bond on the January battery case, revoked that bond, and reset it to no bond. In August 2023, Shannon McCarthy entered a not guilty plea, turning on a self-defense claim.
McCarthy says she did in fact shoot Shepard, but now she claims it was out of fear of her safety. Her attorney, citing a Florida law, could grant her immunity if it's determined her use of force meets the proper criteria. In the motion to dismiss the case, the defense describes the moments leading up to the shooting. The defense claims the two women were arguing and that Shepard walked up to McCarthy with a shotgun. They say the two fought over the gun and that McCarthy fell on the ground. That's when Shepard pointed a gun at McCarthy. The defense says McCarthy then drew her own gun and shot Shepard.
However, after prosecutors argued that Shannon never called police after the shooting, repeatedly changed her story about Heather's whereabouts, and attempted to clean blood from the home, her stand your ground motion was denied. With her self-defense claim already dead, it only got worse for Shannon. On January 9th, 2025, 34-year-old Tiffany Claypool, who began a relationship with Shannon while they were both incarcerated, came forward with a shocking revelation.
Did Ms. McCarthy tell you what Ms. McCarthy's relationship to Heather was?
That was her fiance.
And did Ms. McCarthy tell you who shot Heather, or how Heather died? Sorry.
Yeah, she said that she shot her 4 times.
Did Ms. McCarthy tell you why she shot Heather 4 times?
She was angry that she was just basically angry because she found out Heather had been cheating on her, and also that Heather had been borrowing a lot of money from her. She'd been living in Shannon's house, rent-free, bill-free.
Did Ms. McCarthy say what firearm she used?
She said she used a .45.
Did Ms. McCarthy tell you whose .45 it was?
It was hers.
When you say hers, do you
It was Shannon McCarthy.
All right. And did Ms. McCarthy say where she maintained or kept that firearm?
Yeah, she said she kept it in her bedroom.
Did Ms. McCarthy tell you why she didn't call the police?
She just said that she was scared.
Okay. All right. Did she tell you anything about what happened to Heather's body after she shot her?
Yeah, she said that she left her on the porch, and that she put things around her to help keep her body cool because, she was, I guess, starting to, smell, and so I guess trying to slow decomp. And then she said that after she'd already been dead for a while, she wanted the engagement ring. She got her back, and she removed it off of her wedding finger, and that the skin, started to come off.
Tiffany's account lined up with the porch, the cleanup, and the timeline detectives had already built and brought the case to a close. In August 2025, Shannon McCarthy pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, tampering with evidence, and written threats to kill. In the end, Shannon was sentenced to 30 years in Florida State Prison. If you enjoyed our production, please subscribe and watch this video next.